Why do some people have a desperate need to control others? It's a question that often goes unasked, yet it shapes so many of our interactions, both big and small. Control can show up in obvious ways, like a boss micromanaging every detail, or a partner dictating what you wear or who you see. But it can also be subtle, woven into the fabric of daily life, from the way someone insists on having the last word to how they react when plans change unexpectedly. It's rarely about strength, it's usually rooted in deep insecurity. Beneath the surface, those who crave control are often battling feelings of inadequacy, fear, or anxiety. They may have experienced chaos or unpredictability in their past, leading them to believe that controlling others is the only way to feel safe or worthy. People who feel powerless inside often try to gain power by diminishing those around them. This can manifest as bullying, manipulation, or even subtle put-downs that chip away at another's confidence. The more powerless they feel, the more desperate their attempts to assert dominance become. This is the core of compensation theory. Those who feel weak seek control to mask their inadequacy. By projecting strength, they hope to hide their vulnerabilities, both from others and from themselves. It's a fragile illusion, but for many, it feels like the only way to survive. We'll explore how this theory explains behaviors like gang stalking, the role of technology in amplifying control, and the lasting harm caused by these dynamics. In today's world, surveillance and digital monitoring have made it easier than ever for those with control issues to invade others' privacy and autonomy. By the end, you'll understand why unresolved inner emptiness can drive someone to control others, and the damage it leaves behind. Recognizing these patterns is the first step toward breaking free, both for those who seek control and those who suffer under it. Compensation theory explains how people try to cover up feelings of inadequacy by seeking power elsewhere. If someone feels invisible or powerless, they may try to control others to feel important. This isn't about the target. It's about the controller's need to escape their own emptiness. Childhood neglect, adult failures, or lack of validation can all fuel this fragile self-worth. The urge to control becomes a psychological necessity, not a choice. The target is just a tool for the controller to regulate their emotions. That's why their actions seem irrational. They're driven by a hidden wound, not reality. Gang stalking is a term used to describe a situation where someone believes they are being targeted and harassed by a group of people, rather than just a single individual. This belief often involves the idea that the group is working together in a coordinated way, with the intention of causing distress or harm to the targeted person. The experience can feel overwhelming, as the person may sense that they are being watched, followed, or manipulated wherever they go, even in public spaces. The harassment described by those who feel targeted is often subtle and difficult to prove. It might include things like hearing the same noises repeatedly, seeing the same people or cars in different places, or noticing strangers acting in ways that seem staged or unnatural. Sometimes, it's as simple as feeling like you're being watched, or as complex as believing your daily life is being manipulated by outside forces. These experiences are designed, in the mind of the person affected, to create ongoing psychological distress and confusion. For those who believe they are victims, these incidents are rarely seen as random. Instead, they are interpreted as coordinated attacks, carefully planned and executed by a group with a shared purpose. This belief can make everyday interactions feel threatening, and even innocent coincidences can seem suspicious or sinister. From a clinical perspective, many mental health professionals view gang stalking as a symptom of persecutory delusions, which are false beliefs that one is being targeted or conspired against. These delusions can be influenced by cultural factors, social media, and technology, which sometimes reinforce the person's fears and make the experience feel even more real. Regardless of the underlying cause, the emotional pain and distress experienced by those who believe they are being gang-stalked is very real. People may feel isolated, terrified, and unable to trust those around them. This can lead to serious consequences, such as losing jobs, damaging relationships, or withdrawing from social life altogether. The suffering that comes with these experiences is undeniable, and it's important to approach those affected with empathy and understanding. Compassionate support from friends, family, and mental health professionals can make a significant difference in helping someone cope with their fears and anxieties. Whether the threat is real or only perceived, the impact on a person's mental and emotional well-being is profound. Recognizing the seriousness of their distress is the first step toward offering meaningful help and support. Narcissists are classic examples of compensatory control. Their confidence is a mask hiding deep insecurity and shame. They crave constant validation, narcissistic supply to feel worthy. Control is their survival strategy. They manipulate situations to stay on top. If someone threatens their ego, they may orchestrate harassment, even recruiting others to join in. This punishes the target and reinforces the narcissist's self-image. Turning people against the target proves their influence. For narcissists, controlling others is a desperate attempt to fill their inner emptiness. It's not just cruelty, it's a way to survive their own self-doubt. Harassment tactics are subtle and hard to prove. Psychological warfare, not physical assault, but just as damaging. Gaslighting makes targets doubt their own reality, leaving them feeling lost and uncertain. Surveillance, intimidation, and noise campaigns create chronic stress and constant hypervigilance. Social sabotage, like mobbing and spreading rumors, isolates the target from support networks. The goal is clear: destabilize the victim and assert dominance over their life. Each act seems minor, but together they form a relentless, inescapable pattern. Perpetrators maintain plausible deniability, trapping the target in a reality no one else sees or believes. The psychological toll is immense. Control is achieved by eroding the victim's sense of self-worth. The internet supercharges harassment and control. Online, controllers can easily gather followers, create echo chambers, and coordinate attacks. Anonymity emboldens people to cyberbully, dox, and mob targets relentlessly. A few individuals using fake accounts can appear as a massive crowd, overwhelming the victim. Digital harassment follows the target everywhere, 24/7. The internet magnifies personal vendettas into terrifying ordeals. Technology doesn't just facilitate harassment, it makes it inescapable and more damaging. The fallout from compensatory control and harassment is devastating for all involved. It's not just a single event or a momentary pain, it's a ripple effect that touches every aspect of life, often in ways that are invisible to outsiders. The emotional and psychological toll can be overwhelming, leaving deep scars that linger long after the initial incidents have passed. Victims suffer anxiety, depression, PTSD, and social isolation. The constant fear and uncertainty can make even the simplest daily tasks feel insurmountable. Many find themselves withdrawing from friends and family, unable to trust or connect with others. The sense of safety that once existed is shattered, replaced by a persistent feeling of vulnerability and dread. Chronic stress leads to physical health problems and can destroy careers and relationships. Headaches, insomnia, and heart issues become common, while the emotional strain can cause rifts between loved ones. Work performance suffers, and opportunities slip away as the victim's world grows smaller and more isolated. The campaign is designed to dismantle a person's life piece by piece. It's a slow erosion of confidence, stability, and hope. Every cherished memory or possession can become a target, leaving the victim feeling as if nothing is safe or sacred anymore. But perpetrators are also trapped. They need control to feel good, but it never lasts. Their actions are driven by insecurity and a desperate need to assert dominance, yet the satisfaction is fleeting. The emptiness they feel inside is never truly filled, no matter how much power they try to exert over others. Their sense of power fades, forcing them to escalate or find new targets. This endless search for validation only deepens their own sense of isolation and paranoia. They become prisoners of their own behavior, unable to break free from the cycle they've created. This cycle prevents real growth or healing, leaving them empty and dependent on domination. Instead of building genuine connections or finding fulfillment, they are left with regret and a growing sense of loss. The relationships they destroy are often the very ones they once valued most. Both victim and perpetrator are caught in a loop of harm. Each action and reaction feeds into the next, making it nearly impossible to break free without significant intervention or support. The pain is shared, even if it looks different on the surface. The strategy fails everyone, deepening wounds instead of healing them. Attempts to control or retaliate only create more suffering, leaving both sides feeling misunderstood and alone. The emotional injuries can last a lifetime, affecting future relationships and self-worth. The damage is a closed loop. No one escapes unscathed. The only way out is to recognize the harm, seek help, and begin the difficult process of healing. Until then, the cycle continues, leaving everyone involved with a lasting pain and a longing for peace that always seems just out of reach. We've explored how insecurity drives the need to control, leading to organized harassment and lasting harm. Narcissists, fueled by inner emptiness, may orchestrate campaigns to regain power. Tactics like gaslighting and mobbing isolate and destabilize victims. The internet amplifies these behaviors, making them harder to escape. Both victims and perpetrators suffer, one from destruction, the other from unhealed wounds. Recognizing this pattern is the first step to breaking it. Understanding the roots of control can help us respond with clarity and compassion, both online and in real life.